Okay, so tonight we're out after well, it could be a couple of foxes. I know there's two. So just behind us here is the pig farm and the farm field. Now that's probably where these foxes that I seen the other night are going. I know they've got a bit of trouble there because again the sows have become all aggressive and some of the litter numbers are lower than they should be. But we got a wind, a northerly wind, which is obviously an unusual wind, which actually buggers it up for where I've got my shooting station set up to look at the over the farm field. So the farmer, Joe's father, was shooting rats the other day or the other evening, and he spotted a fox coming across that field towards the farm. It is a good place, that wood over there, for the foxes to come from. So instead of me sat on the farm field, I come out 2 nights ago and I sat here. And if Emily just sort of quickly shows you the view I had, I was expecting the fox to possibly come along that hedge. I'd put some bait. In fact, I did sit another 20 yards closer than I am now. And well, we'll just go down to that. And I was sat, like I said, and I spotted a fox with my thermal come out of the wood up in the top corner there, come down the tram line, and I thought it was going to then come along this hedge. I was about here, nice straightforward kill shot for me. That's not what happened. Another one joined it. I was watching them again with the thermal. They then made them, you know, made the way across the field. Now, a long shot that it was, but it was still sort of, you know, top range, but I just could not see them because that bit of hedgerow, where they were only just above the hedgerow, you know, using the digital, of course I'm spotting thermal and I'm using digital to shoot, I was getting, my IR was just picking up on the hedge and I was getting just eye flash, no body, no. And I thought, you know what, I'm not just going to have a poke at them. It's not my style. I got off the back of the truck. They were making quite quick ground, if I'm honest. And I raced up with my sticks to try and intercept them. And already I went up round the corner and they'd gone out of sight. So I put some pigeons over on that tram line. And I thought, I'll give it a night to just go quiet again. So here we are now, 2 nights later. I know there's 2. I know they're visiting the farm field. We've still got the northerly wind. It's dropped a bit since when I sat out 2 nights ago, thank God, because that was bloody miserable. And we've got Emily with us tonight, so she wouldn't have been able to stick it. No, I'm joking. She is quite tough, I'm impressed. So the plan is tonight, we're going to sit just the other side of this hedge, giving us a little bit of cover. So if their fox does similar, comes out, comes down, I could intercept him and make a nice safe shot into that bank, or I've got the high level if he comes down the tram line. So if everything goes according to plan, we should get 1. But even better if we get 2. Hopefully they don't both come at the same time. They're not dove foxes now, they're adults. But sometimes you take the first one, especially if you think you've worked out what the vixen is, shoot that, you might just get those few seconds to reload and take the other one. But they didn't come straight away together the other night. One come, the other come and joined it. And that's when I then picked them coming across. I thought I was quids in, but it wasn't the case. But I don't mind because, you know, it just picks up on how I hunt, and I like the challenge of working out the plan to get them. So let's see what happens tonight. Okay, like I said, I was sat over there the last time. You can see how close it is to the pig production area and the small farm field. And what I'm expecting, Emily, tonight is, if it does the same, and they do follow their certain patterns, come out, come down, and I'll intercept it coming across or whatever. Now, I could go and sit over there, but this is my preferred place tonight. It is possible, I didn't see that other one actually come from that end, so whether it come across from that other MOD area and joined it, I don't know. So that's why I've chosen not to be sat looking at that bank, because I've never seen that other one come from that direction. That's why I've picked here. So it could be that he comes from that area. I don't know, but you've got to put a bit of logic into this when you're hunting. The wind's perfect, like I said, coming straight at us. It's still a bit cold, but nowhere near as cold as it was the other night. We're in good time. The hares are still running around like buggery. So as the evening goes on, I'm sure we'll see a few pop up here and there. Give you a bit of filming of that. Or if it's anything like the last time we went out, nothing bloody showed until it got dark. But no, what we're here tonight for is to get these bloody foxes shot. All right. Okay, same kit as usual, 243, nice light 58 grain bullets is what I like. I mean, I used to shoot a lot of foxes with a 250, and this nearly takes it down to the sort of same sort of performance. I've got the ATN 4K Pro on the top. I'm absolutely so accurate, it's holding zero. I'm getting good body identification at good long ranges with the Supernova IR on the top as well. It's it takes it to that next level from the one that actually comes in the box. So no, I've been really pleased with this stuff I've got from the ATN. I still haven't gone over to thermal yet shooting. I'm still spotting using this. Yeah, I know it's foxes really because of the way they're acting more than absolute body of the. Don't get me wrong, 100 yards and just over, you definitely know it's a fox if you've got a complete view of it. But I'm still finding I can spot and get body identification more with the digital. It's just use. Now, until I'm so confident that I'm going to be able to get body identification and take the longer shots with a thermal, I want to get used to it a lot more. And it'll be also, if it was just a head looking at me, and this is just my own feeling. I am still a little bit old school, magazine and the video channels have changed me a bit, but I still like to feel comfortable with a situation that I'm using. So yeah, I'm spotting with thermal at the moment still and shooting with digital. So let's see what happens tonight. He's just asked me if this is a prime fox, control time. Well, it is as far as now. They are going to breed now. They're probably having cubs. They've had cubs, but it's springtime, so of course everything's nesting. You've got your young lambs being born. We haven't got a lot of sheep on my permission. We have got some, and I will be going over to there. They're set to lamb a bit later than most, but most people are lambing heavily now, and so yeah. The answer is it's my two big times of the year are now really from the end of the shooting season, start of February, right up until all these crops have got away, because obviously I haven't got woodland, but once the crops are up, I've got very limited ground where I can actually see a fox. But my task is to shoot as many adults as I possibly can all over my permission. I put a lot of time, a lot of effort into it to get them shot. So the partridges, the pheasants, we have stone curlews come here. It's a famous area for stone curlews. And of course, there's the livestock. And there's everybody's poultry. I just 2 weeks ago had a phone call. It's right in the middle of my permission, if I'm honest. And fox got in, killed all their pet chickens. They had 2 pet turkeys, 2 geese, and 7 chickens. The fox come in. The gap that was under there, it was a little bit of a user error, but the gap, it was the fox get through a letterbox, really. You know, he just lay flat and scrape and stuff. He couldn't actually get the chickens out of there. He bit and ate all their heads off. I went back 2 nights later and shot him. But so yeah, it's, you know, they've got to feed. I know they've got to feed their cubs, but I like to shoot them before they've had their cubs, really, and just literally clear the area out the best I can. They'll move in again, and then of course the next time is then harvest time. Apart from I go on the odd little permission where they've got grass meadows and so forth, because, you know, anybody who does do fox control, they'll know silage areas, hay, anything that's freshly cut is a magnet to foxes. You know, you've got all the rodents that have been chopped. You know, it's just perfect hunting. The worms, the beetles, everything. You know, the foxes are on it. So I haven't got that here. It's pretty much all arable, but I do go to some areas where just to control a few foxes down on those pieces of grass. I love hunting them, actually, but again, only if they need to be shot. You know, it's places where they don't want rabbits, they want foxes. They have got, you know, trees, and the foxes ends up being a friend. But no, that is the answer. In the springtime is trying to eliminate as many foxes as you can to give all your ground nesting birds. And the hares, we've got a lovely lot of hares here. You know, the leverets, they're just easy picking. You'll always tell if you've got it half right. You know, I mean, again, we haven't got lots of rabbits. We used to have loads. Whatever this latest disease is, has sort of really thinned them down. But you know, if you've got, I've sat and I see, when I, you know, sit there and it's just adult rabbits coming out, there's no youngsters, I think, yeah, there's got to be a fox here, because he's just tidied the whole lot up. So yeah, springtime, really important time for livestock. Of course, the piglets, if they find them, they range in from a long way as well. You know, we'll have earths obviously off of our ground, you know, fox dens where they've got, and they'll come in at distance to get those piglets. And that again is another area that I tend to concentrate on. You know, I've got a station where I literally sit overlooking the farrowing field, and I tend to shoot sort of 5 or 6 easily on that a year as well. Okay. Fox catch a hare, a big hare much, but I sat in that field one night. It was when all the swaths of straw were on, and I was watching this fox. It was a hell of a distance. All of a sudden it pounced into the thing. There it was, an adult hare, you know, bang, just like that. Just like that. 100%, that's a fox. It's coming straight down. It's coming straight down that tram line like it did the other night. Yes. 100%. with the normal scope, without the IR. Yeah, I'm keeping the noise down because obviously we did say there was 2. We'll have a look. Yeah, he hasn't even moved, he's down. Oh, that's brilliant. About literally 3 minutes before that happened, a hare come out and I thought that was it. But no. I spotted, then once I could see the body, you know, the moving, I could tell it was a hare, but then that one come out and then it went darted back in. And then it come out and literally that trot, you can't mistake it. It's almost like a glide, started coming down the tram line. He come right down. He was out there a little bit away. I haven't done it before, but I actually used the magnification, just brought it in a little bit closer. Just made me feel so much more confident. And yeah, I'd have took a shot at how it was, but you know, got the gear. You just sort of use it. He's down anyway, but we're going to keep the noise down because, like I said, I did see 2, and thankfully, you know, they weren't both together there, and I'm hoping the other one will come. I'll give it at least another hour and a half. Hard luck, Emily, but that's the way it goes. Let's see what happens. I'll just stick another bullet in. I've just seen a heat source the other side of that hedge. It looked well foxy. I can't see it. If it comes into that gap, I will. Yeah, I've just seen it again. It's the other side of that hedge. There's number 2. I thought it was worth the wait. Like I said, I see the pair now. That must have what it done the other night, because I see the first one come down the side of that field, and then when the second one joined it, I never seen it come down there. Well, that one then, I've just picked it. It kicked around. I've just done a bit of commentary for you. I just picked up a bit of a heat source the other side of that hedge, and then again, and I thought, well, crikey, it's going to come into that gap, and I ought to be able to see it. I flick the IR on, pitch black now. You know, it's probably a good hour after we got the first one. Yet 2 nights ago they were out almost within 15-20 minutes of each other, but then I did shoot. You never know, he could have been just up in the wood, heard the shot, just put him a bit nervous for a bit, and now he's come down. He'd have smelt it. I don't know which one, I don't know which way around it is, which is dog, whether it's vixen, but obviously with the wind coming this way, he would have smelt his mate if he'd have been this side of him, and that would have drawn it. I've so many times where I've shot a fox and then I've waited, and then the other one's you know, been coming and scented its mate and walked towards it. But there you go. We come out here to get 2 foxes tonight. It doesn't always work that way, especially when you've got Emily with you. No, it doesn't. It's not Emily, but it's, you know, everybody will understand when you're trying to film. It's just, you know, we actually are very lucky. It's not often that we haven't had success, but this is wildlife and it's foxes, and they're the most hardest to predict out of all of them. You know, the farmer's going to be well chuffed with me. And I've probably done my job here. I've had 3 now in a short space of time here. I've still got other foxes to go and get. Like I said, springtime is so important to me. We'll go and grab them, and I expect Emily's ready to get herself home. And, well, just as we're talking, there's a bit of rain spitting and spotting, so yeah, see in a bit. Well, there you go. It was a dog and a vixen. She hadn't had her cubs yet, any time. They're both cracking foxes. That's what we come for tonight. Doesn't always go to plan, but it has tonight. I'll take that all day long. Spot on. See you in the next video.